Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, guys, we got a big day tomorrow morning. Well, we got a big day tomorrow. Big event tomorrow morning. We have the PCE data coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will very likely be moving the market either up or down in a big manner. Alright, so I'm just going to start off by reminding everyone, guys, CPI and the last PPI report, they were hot reports. That does tell us that it is likely that this report is going to be hot. Now, I am just going to tell you, I am leaning bullish on this. So I am going to take the contrarian view to what I already know is likely. Just going off of those other two inflation data points, we can expect that the third one's going to come out hot. All right, but I'm just going to say, I think charts are leaning bullish, and I go off of the charts, so I'm going to say I think it's more likely that we're going to be moving up, advancing from here. All right. Now, we're going to start off here with actually DIA today. All right. And I do just want to point out what we have rock and rolling over here on Mr. DIA. Guys, you have a rather sexy break and retest going on here on DIA. This is picture perfect. All right. You can erase this zone. And like, you know, this is all I had on my chart until I put on that zone there. You guys see how perfect this is? Like, I don't know how else to say it. All right. You had a picture perfect break and retest off of increasing volume here on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You also come over here to SPY, and we're going to just take a gander over here on the hourly time frame. And you can see that you have broken out from this, you know, bull pennant, falling wedge, I guess we could call it. But, you know, again, this is your flagpole, so this would be a bull pennant. All right. And now you're just consolidating here. You come up here and break this high. Yeah, dude, guys, we're going, you know, if we didn't have a big event tomorrow, I would literally tell you guys, watch this high here. If you could take out, you know, the supply zone right here, if you can get above, we're going to say 507.50, you're probably going to push up to 510.13, which is the high of this candlestick right here. Then we do have the big event tomorrow morning, the PCE data. So I do want to say, I think we're probably getting a big gap up or down tomorrow. But that is what I would be telling you guys. I would say this looks like a base to me, and you are probably going to be moving up from here. Come over here to QQQ, and here on the hourly time frame, you're finding buyers right here in your demand zone. And guess what? You have a whole bunch of hammers right here at the bottom of it. At the bottom of this bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it, it's here. And it looks bullish. Now, I will also remind you guys, we had this larger bull flag, and you just broke out of it. You're just consolidating here right underneath the previous high. Guys, this does not look bad at all. So I understand we do have a news catalyst tomorrow that I have no idea what the outcome will be, and you have no idea what the outcome will be. But what we do know is the charts, they're set up in a bullish manner. All right, so there is that. Now, I'm also going to bring it back over here to IWM. It really is not looking the worst. Guys, you surpassed your 0.786 fib over here. Right over there. All right, you broke above it. You got ever so close to the 205 resistance. You're probably going to pipe it up to 205. All right, it is very likely that you're not going to stall out here for the lower high. If it was going to be a lower high, it probably would have happened somewhere down here, not right next to the previous high. All right, even if you get a dip, it's probably getting eaten up. That is what that's telling you. All right, now speaking of this, we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin before we go any further. I will discuss some, you know, we'll just throw it in here, all right? We're just, you know, we're going to throw this in right now. Weekly candlestick is a 20% candlestick. Guys, you're above your supply zone. You're above the 0.786 fib, all right? I'm just going to say right now, it's extremely likely you're going to push up the extra $5,000 here, and you're going to push up to all-time highs. That is a 7% move. Guys, you were up over, like, what did I see, 12% at the high here, okay? Have another day like today, and you're past the all-time high. You have no divergences here on this weekly RSI anymore. You're probably going all-time high. Now, I will also point this one out. This is on the monthly time frame. Guys, every single Bitcoin cycle so far, you have seen your monthly RSI rocket ship. Okay? You have seen it get up here. You have this one back over here. You also saw it get up here. You have this one back right here. It kept going straight up until it was all the way up here. Guys, we're right here. Okay, let's just mark this out. Mark this out with a vertical line. Mark that out with a vertical line. And wham. All right, guys. You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean there? I understand these returns are going to get less and less. Okay, but I'm not going to complain about an 80K Bitcoin. Now, we're also going to talk about something right here. You come over here tomorrow. All right, guys. Last time Bitcoin was at all-time highs, Mara was up here at $85. All right, I remember it. Okay, I remember selling, I think it was $60 covered calls against all my shares on Mara, and I had to give them out. All right, for $60, and then it ran over here. I think this was Henry's struggle back in the day. All right, now another struggle of mine was buying Mara all the way down here, bottom ticking that guy at $3. I think it hit a low of like, I don't remember where it was. Oh, 311. It looked like the low was over there. All right, but it was literally just coming right down. All right, right down where you broke out from, right over here. All right, we're gonna put this line on right there. We bottom ticked it. Your boy sold like not for a lot of gains compared to what came. All right, now compared to where it is right now, $5,000 back over here would, you know, it would be a substantial amount of money right now. That is that, guys. All right, I'm getting better at guys, we cover all of the cycles here on this YouTube channel. All right, we document everything, so you know, like, we know the cycles exist. We just, you know, we're getting better at playing them. I think I'm getting, you know what? We're going to just keep going on with time. There's that. Now, in terms of playing the crypto cycles, no, I'm not amazing at that at all. Not even close. I got a buddy that is, though. He made a lot off crypto recently, so that's cool. All right. But yeah, I'm just going to say right now, guys, Mara had all of this capital supporting this market cap over here, all right? So there was enough interest, there was enough capital flowing into this thing to get it up to $80 before it had all of its improvements in the business, and before Bitcoin, all right, has now been around this long. It's proven that it's now back up to all-time highs. Guys, FOMO for Bitcoin has not started yet. I'm just going to put it out there. I think we're going to know when FOMO is here because we're going to see it on the news. We're going to see it just pretty much everywhere. You're going to get the people that aren't involved in the stock market in your life talking about Bitcoin. All right? I'm going to wait for when that happens. For me, guys, when my dad mentions Bitcoin, I'm going to know we're probably right near a high on Bitcoin. He hasn't mentioned it yet, so we're gonna wait and see. But I remember over here, him and my boss Antonio got involved in Bitcoin. Not involved, but they started following Bitcoin, and it was right next to the top. All right, so guys, we're gonna reach that point, and it's not here yet. Okay, it's not here yet. Now, I will also say you're right next to all-time highs, guys. Why are you not going to see a whale come along and push you to a new all-time high? Anybody shorting Bitcoin is about to be closed out. Do not short Bitcoin right here. Well, you could do whatever you want, but yeah, I'm just going to put this one out there. This thing may be stalling out here for the time being, but give it some time, and it's probably going to bust up through this. And I'm just saying, these guys, these miners, Coin is not a miner, all right? But these miners had this amount of capital flowing and supporting that market cap before. That is before they had all these enhancements to their business, all right? That is when they were smaller fishies, okay? Now they're big fish, all right? Which means when the FOMO kicks, Mara is going to go berserker, just like you see right over here. This is on the weekly time frame. I think we're going to have this incoming at some point. I don't know when it's going to happen, all right? But you see, guys, we're right here in the weekly RSI. We know this thing could rip, all right? And guess what? This 20% candle, it happened over here while the weekly RSI was already at 73. It's currently at 68. We see over here, this candle started, okay? You're at 71, and then you have this 46% candlestick right here. As I'm just saying, we could, you know, be seeing this thing go kind of bananas. I know, you know, earnings brought it down, you know, in the after hours today, but I will tell you right now, I don't think this thing is going to have a problem getting bid up if Bitcoin is at an all-time high. I really don't. I really do not. You just imagine what is going to go through people's minds. Like, eventually, we're going to see the FOMO kick, and then people are going to be like, holy crap, the miners. Bitcoin's at all-time high. The miners aren't even halfway to all-time high. Well, not all-time high, but where they were over here. Okay, so, you know, I just want to spend some time talking about that today, because I do think, hey, all right, it's going to be a hot, you know, topic in coming up. I think FOMO is about a kick. All right. So I want to make that clear. Okay. All right. Back to the daily show. Okay. We're back over here, guys. We got bullish charts going on here. We have bullish structure going into this event. All right. What do we also have? We're going to come over here to QQQ. All right. Yes, we have this hourly bullish divergence. Yes, it's still held. Yes, we're in a massive falling wedge / bull pennant. Okay, you come over here to the 4-hour chart, and guess what? You still have your 4-hour bullish divergence. Guys, not only is your 4-hour RSI already down here showing that you have the big boy oversold, all right, but you also have a bullish divergence sitting there here on the 4-hour RSI. All right, now, what is another big boy that's oversold? You got Apple with this triple bullish divergence going on here on the 4-hour RSI. It's these things mark bottoms. Okay, you're also right here on support, and people are probably thinking you could get a fat nasty gap down, and you could get under here. Then you're just in the golden pocket, guys. I'm just putting it out there. We have charts that look like this. That if you tank, they're going to do things that they haven't done, and you can go back for a while. Okay, this was off a big gap down, but you weren't sitting down here carving out bullish divergences just in oversold territory for a while. All right, go back. You can see if you do these things, you typically get rallies out of them, and then you come back down and take out the low. But we haven't gotten a rally in quite some time over here. The big boy Apple. All right, again, this was done off of, we're just going to mark this. We're going to mark this. All right, what caused these things? All right, what was it? A big, fat, nasty gap down and a move down. All right. Here was your big gap down. Overnight caused that. All right. I think it was over here. Was it? I don't know where that was. Got that going on right there. You got, what is this one over here? Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, gap down, gap down. Okay. I'm bugging, all right? I don't know why I was looking all the way over there. But you have a gap down, you have a gap down. That's the only reason your 4-hour RSI looked like that. Other than that, guys, it doesn't look like that. It looks like how it does right now, and then you bottom, all right? So I'm going to say right now, I got some supporting evidence that, you know, these things probably aren't going to be falling too much more from here. Which means, yeah, all right, a big, fat, nasty gap down to me, personally, doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense. Again, you had a gap down off of this. I could show you. That's the reason the RSI looked like that. Other than that, all right, look, you had a big, fat, nasty, like 2 days of big, fat, nasty gap downs, all right? So I'm just putting it out there, other than these occurrences where you get these, all right, and you go from like overbought territory, all right, you're up here and then you just flush. You don't start down here and then get a nasty sell. It's not going to make sense, all right? What does make sense is you're probably going to be bid up. Just my opinion. Oh, it makes even more sense. I hate it. I hate it and love it, and that's that. All right, guys. So I hope I'm making my point here. All right, guys. I'm gonna consistently just point out what I'm seeing on the chart, and I know sometimes it's not going to be pretty things. All right. I know most of the time, the vast majority of the time, I'm gonna be the contrarian. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think we're probably going to bounce tomorrow. And if we don't bounce, guess what, guys? I'm going to be buying a crap ton of QQQ. All right? I'm going to at least throw $1,000 into QQQ. Like, you know, I don't know what date. I don't want March 15. You want to buy... but, like, you know, if you buy the March 15 expiration on a big, fat, nasty gap down here, when you're already looking like this daily RSI is going to be oversold. It's going to be your buying opportunity of, you know... I don't want to say a lifetime, but you know, you're catching this move with some options there, 2-month out options. You're making a lot of money. You can size up on that bet, in my personal opinion. All right. Like, you just go back to the bear market. You still got your decent bounces here. All right. Now I will say right now, QQQ has not been the best chart for that. SPY, okay? This is where, you know, typically you're going to begin that. And SPY isn't even over there. So you know what? I'm just going to say right now, 100%. It's just those two tickers. But the fact that these two are big boys and they will be moving down if the market moves down, it just tells me that it's, you know, it doesn't make the most sense to me. All right. And then you have Bitcoin at all-time highs. I'm just going to say right now, guys, any dip over here on Bitcoin, I think it's going to get bought up to a new all-time high. I don't really care how much you're going to retrace off this most recent move. Okay. You know, off of this move, you didn't retrace at all. You consolidated. So for all I know, you're going to literally consolidate right here where you are. And it's going to look exactly like this. At some point, you go up. Okay. I don't know when that is. But I'm going to say right now, I think it's going to be sooner rather than later, considering you went straight up. Okay. And why is price just going to consolidate? I mean, maybe people are going to be like, oh, why am I going to buy this thing right next to all-time highs? But at the same time, I think it's much more likely that people are going to think what I'm thinking. And they're like, holy crap, it's right next to all-time highs. It's going to go to all-time highs. And then they buy it. And then there's going to be a whale to make that happen, all right? And then people are like, holy Jesus, I'm in shock right now. Bitcoin's at all-time highs. Like, guys, we don't have a weekly divergence. We don't have a daily divergence anymore. Like, straight up, this thing's going to all-time highs, all right? So that's that. Now, what I will say, VIX, guys, is right in the same spot you had your last bounces on these RSIs, all right? It's kind of, you know, it's right here. We have potential here for VIX not to get crushed tomorrow and for it to rally, all right? So, guys, I'm ready to buy the crap out of that dip, specifically the dip on QQQ, all right? But I'm also going to say right now, I definitely do think the charts are leaning bullish. So that's that. Now, as far as some individual tickers goes, guys, CELH, you have earnings tomorrow before the open. I think this thing's probably going to have a big move up, all right? If I had to take a guess at this, all right? I pointed this one out when we started breaking out right here. I said it looks like it's going to be trekking upwards towards 69 bucks, the all-time high. Now we're at the all-time high. You had a high today of 68.55. I think we're about to take that out, and I think you're going up, just judging by this chart, all right? Dips are buying opportunities. This thing has been an uptrend for years. That's that. All right? Next thing we're going to be discussing is Oxy, guys. Oxy might actually be pulling back and finally giving us the break and retest entry. I'm just putting it out there. You had a big, nasty looking candlestick. I did not see this candlestick until after the close. All right. But I will tell you right now, I think there's a solid chance you're going to start trekking down towards 59. You're not down here yet, but I think you're probably going to put a hammer candlestick down here if you do slowly get over there. All right, guys. So I don't have too many individual tickers I really want to discuss here. All right. I want to point out that NVIDIA is set up in a rather bullish manner heading into these this PCE data. If you do see the sell-off, I don't think it's going to be much of a sell-off. I'm just putting it out there. I think it's a buying opportunity. I think I definitely will be taking that buying opportunity if you get this. If you see NVIDIA down at 746.11, all right, I'm not giving financial advice right now. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to you, Henry. Buy the freaking dip. All right, buy the freaking dip. 746.11. All right. Again, was not talking to you guys. Was talking to myself. But if you know, you know. I was still talking to you guys, but I'm not. Okay, because no financial advice can ever be given. But right here, guys, break and retest. You haven't gotten a break and retest entry on NVIDIA like ever. Okay, the last one you got was right here. All right. Do I see any others? No, you kind of have one right here. You broke out from this resistance right there. You had break and retest. Like, point is, guys, this is a rare opportunity. This is, if we get it, I think it's going to be a money-making opportunity. And if you fall, I don't think the beast is dying just yet. And I think you're probably just going to get buyers stepping up here anyway. But I think it much more likely if you test right here, you're going to quickly shoot up to 850 right over here. All right, J&J. Honorable mention right here. We pointed this one out, you know, as you were consolidating here. Now it does look like you are going to be breaking above these highs. You come over to here, the weekly chart. Guys, that does not look like a candlestick that is going to result in, you know, a big fat red bar. It could, but I think that dip's going to be bought up, all right? So regardless, if you break out to a new high here, bullish. If you pull back, bullish. I like the stock. Another honorable mention, AI, guys. You were up heavy in after hours. This is one we called out right here at the golden pocket down here. We said, hey, if you're going to be buying it, that is the place you're going to be buying it. And yeah, you came up here, you stalled in the golden pocket up here, and yeah, earnings ended up gapping you up. So that is that. Congrats if you ended up playing AI. There we go. Okay, guys. So main reasons I'm bullish for tomorrow. Goog. 4-hour oversold RSI with the bullish divergence. This doesn't make sense if you get a big fat nasty sell to me. It just doesn't. Go back years, you're not going to find something that looks like that. All right, Apple, same exact situation. Unless you get the big fat nasty gap down off of like earnings, you know, it just again doesn't make sense to, you know, see that. All right, DIA, very sexy break and retest going on right here, right now. SPY, you have rather bullish structure here on the hourly time frame in the lower time frames. It doesn't look bad. QQQ, this is where I say we really do have a bullish picture, and I understand after hours right now you're all the way down here, but guess what? Intraday, guys, you have buyers stepping up right here exactly where they need to hold. You have a bull flag, a bull pennant, whatever you want to call this. You're holding your demand zone. You're going zone to zone here, baby. Guys, we say it all the time here on the channel. Zone to zone, level to level. You got no reason not to, you know, treat it exactly like that at all times. All right. Until something changes, I'm bullish. All right. Until we get, you know, something telling us to be bearish, I'm bullish. I told you guys, I'm buying the dip if I get one, guys. We're already getting a really good Goog opportunity. If we see this thing tank tomorrow and you see this daily RSI oversold, you don't buy, but I buy crap tons. Okay, I load the boat because I think it'll make a lot of money. All right, and I don't think we're starting a freaking crash. I'm gonna be honest on that one. All right. With that being said, everybody have a lovely rest of your evening, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Cheers. Peace.